The most important part of healing when it comes to low self-worth and not feeling that you're worthy of abundance. Hello, lovelies, and welcome to another episode of Loving Life with Court. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. It is December 25th, and today we are talking about the power of receiving. A life that is loved is open to receiving. With 2024 coming to a close, a big priority for me in the past few months, and something that I want to bring forward with me into 2025, is opening myself up to all possible parts of abundance. And what I mean by that is going beyond what comes to mind when we think about abundance, which is typically finances, but being open to every single part of abundance that there is, which we'll get into shortly. But I want to tell you a little bit why I felt the need to talk about this today. I have always struggled with receiving. On our last episode, we talked about the power of giving and how it really influences our growth and our manifestation journey. But today, I think it's important to focus, with Christmas and all that, to focus on it can be hard to receive for some of us. For me, I've always felt the need, to put a number, to put a dollar on whatever someone gives me, even if it's their time. And I felt the need to always repay others. I found it very difficult to receive from others and not feel bad about it or not feel like I owe them. And this is something that I've been working through quite a bit over the past few months. And through this work, I've realized that this reflected in many parts of my life, and not just how I receive gifts, but other people's time, what I do for myself personally, and overall what I believed I was worthy of. Spiritually, energetically, financially, mentally, physically, all of it. And it brought me to understand that I was blocking my abundance in all the ways it was possible to receive for me. With this idea that I had to repay others, it was almost like I wasn't worthy of receiving, like I always owed someone back. And I really feel that this was, like I touched on, this reflected in all the parts of my life. I really struggled with practicing true gratitude for what the universe brought forward to me, whether that was from someone else or just opportunities, experiences. And like I touched on, it all went down to I didn't believe I was worthy of it. So what I had to do to work through this is I had to become familiar with all the ways it was possible to receive so that I could identify the blocks I may have there. So let's explore some things that I found that are ways that it's possible to receive. Obviously, abundance flows into our lives in so many different ways, and sometimes we don't even realize all the ways it can show up. So some possible ways to receive abundance are things like obviously money and material wealth. So this is the most obvious one, receiving financial abundance through earnings or gifts or investments or opportunities. But other ways, like I touched on with opportunities, abundance can be shown through opportunities. Abundance can show up as new chances or doors opening, whether it's career opportunity or creative venture or life-changing experience. These opportunities can often lead to personal growth and more financial abundance, really connecting the cycle of abundance, right? And this includes things like love and relationships and health and vitality. Health was a big one. Good health is a major form of abundance. And when our bodies are strong and energetic and vibrant, it's a powerful form of receiving. And this includes physical well-being as well as our mental and emotional health. Well, like I said, abundance isn't just about money, it's also about the love we receive. This can come through deep, supportive relationships with your family, with friends, or even new connections that really fill you up. But some ways that I myself didn't really think, I didn't think of these things when I thought about receiving and abundance is energy. Abundance isn't just about tangible things. You can receive abundance of energy, whether it's the energy to accomplish goals or the energy to help others, or simply the energy that comes from living in alignment with your true self. And what I've come to realize is I think for quite a while, I didn't believe that I was worthy of energy. And it's still something I'm working through. If you can tell, there's kind of a question mark after that, because it's still something I'm working through myself. And other things are like creativity and ideas. Receiving abundance can also mean receiving inspiration and new ideas and creativity that guides your work, your hobbies, or your life purpose, and maybe even peace and harmony. That was something that I didn't think about when it comes to abundance. The more I create inner peace and harmony, the more I'll receive these in my external world. And this can manifest, as calm and clarity in peaceful environments. Now, I'll just mention a few extra things because I could go on and on from what I've been learning on how abundance can show up in our life that goes beyond finances. And this can be support, help, gratitude, appreciation, experiences, clarity. Forgiveness is a big one. Receiving forgiveness, whether it's from others or from yourself. Oof, that's a big one. Like believing that you're worthy of forgiveness. That's a whole other episode for a whole nother day. And the last one that really resonated with me was trust and faith. So the feeling of trust in the universe and knowing things will unfold as they should is an abundant feeling. And it brings peace and opens us up to receive even more. But abundance is all around us. And that's something that I've just, I knew, but I'm just starting to grasp and understand is that it's not just about what we can physically hold or see, that how abundance shows up, but it's a constant flow of positive energy and experiences and feelings that can really enrich every area of our lives. And the more open we are to receiving in all these forms, the more abundant our lives become. We've looked at becoming familiar in all the ways it's possible to receive. Now let's learn how to address receiving, how to address all of this. How can one address their limiting beliefs around the various ways that they receive? We touched on forgiveness, which was a big one, but when it comes to even finances, if you want to simplify it, how can you move forward in 2025 with letting go of these limiting beliefs and being open to receiving from the universe, from others, and even from yourself? So let's explore that. Addressing limiting beliefs around receiving abundance is a transformative process that involves changing how we think and feel about what we're worthy of. So some simple ways to tackle these limiting beliefs is first just acknowledging the belief. So, we've talked about different ways that it's possible to receive. Maybe as I've been going through them with you, you've had a moment to recognize, oh yeah, I do struggle with receiving these types of things. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe you struggle with receiving anything because your self-worth is so low right now, and that's okay. So acknowledge the beliefs. The first step is recognizing what limiting beliefs you hold. Maybe you believe you don't deserve love or money or success, or that receiving is selfish. It's a big one. But once you can identify these thoughts, you can really start to challenge them. And then you can move to questioning that belief. Ask yourself, is this belief true? One big thing for me was I didn't feel like, I have a really close best friend, and I'm sure she's listening to this episode right now, but she is such a giver. And that's really new for me in my life. My mom is a huge giver too, but I haven't really had people outside of my close, intimate family that just want to give to me and make me feel good. And I thought to myself that I didn't deserve this. When she would give me things, I thought, I didn't deserve this because I'm not a good enough friend. And I had to ask myself, is this belief true? What evidence do I have to prove this? Where did this belief come from? And often the limiting beliefs are based on past experiences and fear or what we are taught by others. And my mom is the same exact way as me. Anytime someone gives you something, you gift them back so you never owe them. That's something she always taught me. You never want to be in debt to anyone. But this type of thinking became very harmful to me, because when someone wants to give you something, and we'll go on a little side tangent here, something I've realized, and me and my mom talk about it too quite often, when someone gifts you something, when you feel the need to repay them or be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, or, you go on this tangent of like, oh, I didn't need that. Why'd you get this? You take away their gift of giving and the power of giving for them. Think about when someone's maybe done that to you and you feel like you have to convince them to take the gift. That one, we're on a side tangent right now, so we'll get back in a second. But what I would recommend with that, if that's something that's familiar for you, is asking yourself, how can I offer gratitude in this moment instead of low self-worth? I guess that's the simplest way to put it. But talking about questioning the belief, challenge the validity and consider whether it still serves you, any of the beliefs. So for me, it was thinking that I'm not a good enough friend. Has it ever served me? Is it valid? No. But I had to work through that, right? And that goes to the next point, which is reframing the belief. Shifting your mindset by reframing the belief in a positive, empowering way. So an example, instead of thinking, I don't deserve abundance, try, I'm worthy of abundance in all forms. I'm open to receiving. And repeating a new supportive affirmation can slowly rewrite this belief. So yeah, the minute you say it, it's not going to fix everything like a snap of the fingers. But when we start telling ourselves things that maybe we've needed to hear for a long time, we can actually rewire our brain. And that leads me to the most important, and we touched on it already, the most important part of healing when it comes to low self-worth and not feeling that you're worthy of abundance is practicing gratitude, which I already mentioned, but gratitude helps shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. And if you start each day by acknowledging what you're grateful for, whether it's health or love and a safe home or the smallest moment of joy, the more you focus on what's already abundant in your life, the more you'll invite other forms of abundance to flow in. And I will tell you that this takes so fucking long. So don't think I'm not going to do this because it takes so long. Just start now, because I promise you it's so worth it. I started on my way to work when I used to be a little corporate girly, not even before corporate girly, when I was a kindergarten teacher. On my way to work, this is like 3 years ago, maybe 4. I'm losing track of time here, but on my way to work, I would start, just saying anything that I was grateful for, anything, until I couldn't think of anything any longer. And, it's like, I'm grateful for the shoes on my feet. I'm grateful that my car has a seatbelt. I'm grateful I have a car. And I would just keep going and going and going until I either didn't want to name anything anymore. I couldn't think of anything anymore. And now I've come to a point where I don't need to set time to do that anymore, because I am able to respond in gratitude with everything that I do. But that took like 3 years to be able to do that, to be able to reprogram my mind. So if you are at a point where maybe you do a little bit of gratitude here and there, you do some affirmations, just go full throttle with it, because I promise you it'll take some time, but it will have such a beautiful impact on how you view life and how you live a life you love. So I had to throw that in there. But like I said, the more you focus on what's already abundant in your life, the more you'll invite other forms of abundance to flow in. And a way you can do this as well is visualizing abundance. Take time to visualize yourself receiving all the things you want: money, love, opportunities, support, peace, comfort, whatever it is. Picture yourself living your fullest, most abundant life and feel the emotions that come with it. Visualization helps to change your energetic vibration and align you with what you desire. And if visualization is really hard for you, it doesn't always need to be in your mind. It can be on paper. It can be tomorrow even. It could be, what is your day tomorrow going to look like that offers you a little bit of abundance? Whether it's taking time for you, doing something that can maybe turn into a new opportunity for yourself, affirmations, gratitude. And the last one, I have quite a few things we could touch on, is like shifting from lack to enough, or release guilt around receiving, or surround yourself with positive influences, or take small steps toward receiving. But the last one, and the most important one, before I go on a whole tangent, because I could talk about this idea for days and days and days, is let go. Just let go of control. Sometimes limiting beliefs come from trying to control, and when things come to you, trust that the universe has its own timing. You just have to freaking trust it and be open to receiving in unexpected ways. Let go of rigid expectations and allow abundance to show up in whatever form it takes. So by addressing these beliefs and practicing these steps, you can gradually begin to break free from the barriers that limit your ability to receive. And the more you open up to receiving, the more you'll realize that abundance isn't something you have to chase. It's something you can allow into your life with ease and grace. Oh, I just came up with that. I'm going to put a little pat on my shoulder there. I'm going to say it again too. The more you open up to receiving, the more you'll realize that abundance isn't something you have to chase. It's something you can allow into your life with ease and grace. If you can do one thing to completely change your life, take a sticky note, put it on your bathroom mirror, and every time you go to the bathroom, every time you brush your teeth, when you wake up in the morning, just let go. Say it to yourself. Let go of everything. Let go of this need of abundance. Let go of control. Let go of everything. Like everything. Just all let it go. Let go of pressure. Let go of insecurities. Let go of limiting beliefs. Just take a deep breath and give yourself permission to let go. And sometimes you may not be able to. That's the reality of it. But if you can actively make an attempt to do that, again, it may take a few months, it may take a few years, but it is possible. So we touched on possible ways to receive. Then we touched on how to address all of this, how to address the limiting beliefs that we have and move forward where we can invite abundance into our life. The abundance, this idea of abundance and how it relates to the magic of the season, is it's just a time for reflection and renewal. As we approach the new year, the holidays offer us a chance to reflect on what we've experienced and learned. And this is an opportunity to let go of limiting beliefs, release old patterns, and embrace new possibilities for the year ahead. And just as we clean and refresh our physical spaces, we also have the opportunity to refresh our internal space, our mindset, our goals, and our intentions for what we want to receive. And the holidays, in their natural pause, just offers us a chance for spiritual renewal and alignment with our true desires. So I invite you to not fall into the holiday stress and just take this time take this time to reflect and renew. We all have access to this. It's a time to celebrate both giving and receiving, and to reflect on what we have, and to open ourselves to the abundant love, connection, and possibilities life has to offer. The holidays remind us that we are part of something bigger, and that when we align with love and generosity, we open the doors to a world of infinite abundance. Merry Christmas. I love you so much. I hope you have the most amazing holiday. If you're not listening to this during the holidays, I hope you had an amazing holiday. But yeah, if anyone that maybe isn't sharing this with a lot of loved ones, I love you. Reach out to me if you need anything. All my infos are in the show notes below. And I just wish you so much love and abundance in 2025. But we're not over yet. We still have a few episodes before 2024 is wrapped up. We're almost towards the end of season 2. We have just a few more episodes. So yeah, a friendly reminder to not only be kind to others, but also to your beautiful, amazing self. Don't forget to follow so you never miss another episode. And I'll see you on the next one. Kisses.